Hey, how you doing? This is Neu'Raye. I'm a producer-songwriter from Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I'll be doing lesson one of microphone basics from the music production Coursera course. Now, a microphone is a transducer, and what a transducer is it transfers the energy from one form to another. So in the case of a microphone, it acts like a transducer from sound pressure variations of the air or in the air to the voltage variations in a wire, and that's what we call the audio signal. Now, the way that microphone changes the sound is called coloration. And coloration is how the original sound has changed from due to the transduction. Now there's several different types of microphones. There's the dynamic microphone, which is the microphone I have in my hand. It actually uses by it works by using a coil. Condenser microphone. This is a microphone that's going to require a little bit more power. So the phantom power or plus 48 voltage. There's also the ribbon microphone, which is a microphone that uses a ribbon instead of a coil, it's used in for good high-end detail, high-frequency details. The PZM microphone, which is a pressure zone microphone, which is a flat microphone. It works in an omnidirectional boundary type of microphone, which is a type of condenser mic that works for the soundboard of like a piano or a concert piano or upright piano. And then a lavalier microphone is just more of a smaller microphone, it's kind of lapel clip or personal microphone, and that's used in television and theater and public policy. Now, I'll kind of expand a little bit more on the condenser mic and the dynamic microphone, because these are used more utility for this course, and also more utility within the home or project studio in a lot of cases. Now, the dynamic microphone is used more so, like I said, it can be used in studio, it can be used on stage. It's also good for vocals, depends on which type of dynamic mic you have, and also guitar cabinets. Now, it's a little bit rough and more durable than the condenser microphone. This can be, again, used in studios, used for vocals, used for acoustic guitar. There's different sizes. This is a large diaphragm. There's also small diaphragms and medium-sized diaphragms of the condenser. Now, it's important to understand the polar patterns. Polar patterns refers to the direction in which the microphone picks up sound and also rejects sound. So you have just drew it out, just the omnidirectional, where it picks it up from everywhere. So omnidirections, all directions. You also have the bidirectional, which is kind of a figure 8. It actually rejects the sound from the side. So it picks up from the front and the back of the microphone. You have the cardioid, which kind of rejects sounds from behind and kind of off on the side, kind of off axis and from the behind, and such as this Shure Dynamic mic is a cardioid, and you actually see that right there on the mic. And then there is the super cardioid, which kind of has a little bit more sound, so you can kind of get a little bit more of the room, but it does, the sound rejection you can see are kind of in this direction. So this part indicates the part that the sound that the microphone picks up. Now, when you change the polar pattern, you can also change the frequency response. When the frequency, and so you can actually change the polar pattern to get a different frequency response. So what is frequency response? Frequency response is basically the frequencies in which the microphone, remember I talked about coloration, picks up, attenuates or boosts frequencies. Now, the flatter the frequency response, the more, I don't want to say pure the sound is, but basically what you hear is what you get. Usually when purchasing a microphone, the frequency response is actually given, and may be helpful in helping decide what you want to do the microphone or use the microphone for, and the application. So the application may be different from a saxophone here, or a acoustic guitar. It depends on what you're trying to pick up, the sweeter sounds, what that frequency response is. And I have an example of that. This is a twin set that I haven't actually opened yet. I bought a couple years ago. But you can see here, it has the frequency response here. It has the polar pattern as well. For each individual mic has its own separate one. As you can see, this is a little bit more super cardioid, or somewhat supercardioid, and this is somewhat omnidirectional. So again, I'd like to thank you for your time, for watching this video. We've talked about basically some basics of the microphones, as far as type of microphones, the polar patterns, and the frequency response. And I want to thank all the people that are going to take the time to for reviews. So I appreciate any helpful feedback that you may give. And thank you so much for listening. This is Neu'Raye. Take care.